How I fit workouts into a busy day with kids. When I first started working out, I kept it really simple. I was mostly doing cardio, running on our treadmill for about 20 minutes, and slowly building up to 30 or 45. What made it work wasn't the workout itself, it was when I did it. Most days I would run in the middle of the day while the older kids were at school and the baby was in her playpen. A lot of times she would just sit and even fall asleep while I ran. That midday window became really important for me. If I couldn't make that work, I had a backup plan. I would run right after work before dinner, and my husband would take over with the kids so I could get it done. On the weekends, I treated it the same. I prioritized it and made sure we had coverage so I could still fit it in. At a certain point, I had a bit of a shift. It wasn't even about working out at the time. I just realized I wasn't prioritizing myself at all. I would go through the day taking care of everyone else, and basic things like eating properly, showering, or just taking a minute to myself would get pushed aside. And I knew that wasn't sustainable. So I started making a conscious effort to prioritize myself in small, normal ways first. And over time, that mindset carried into things like working out. Because I realized no one else was going to do that for me. If I wanted to feel better, be stronger, have energy, it has to come from me making it a priority. And honestly, one of the biggest things that makes this doable for me is that I can do it at home. Not having to get into a car, go to a gym, or deal with weather, especially with kids, makes a huge difference. It removes a lot of excuses. If everything is already there, it's a lot harder to say I don't have time or I'll do it later. It just becomes something I can fit into my day more easily. After a few months, I got bored with running and wanted something different. That's when I transitioned into strength training. But again, the biggest shift wasn't the workout, it was figuring out how to fit it into my life. Now, I strength train about 3 days a week for around an hour. I usually do it in the late afternoon after work, but before our au pair is off for the evening. If that timing doesn't work, I adjust. Sometimes I'll do it after dinner while the kids play nearby because everything is set up at home. I don't have to leave or overthink it, it's just part of our space. On my non lifting days, I keep it simple. I'll go for a walk or do something lighter, usually during the same midday window if I can. Honestly, what makes it sustainable is not overdoing it. I don't work out every day. I don't try and do long, intense workouts all the time. 3 days a week is enough for me to get the results I want, and that makes it easier to stay consistent. And the other piece is deciding that it matters. Unless something out of the ordinary comes up, like an illness or travel, I don't skip it, because I've learned that if I treat it like it's optional, it's the first thing to go. At the end of the day, fitting workouts into a busy life isn't about having more time. It's about deciding it's a priority and building your day around it in a way that actually works for you. Once you do that, it becomes a lot less about motivation and a lot more about routine. Please like and subscribe to follow along for more.